I am humbled to be here and to be inducted today. I know that word has been used a lot, but it is heartfelt. And I want to thank Mr. Gleason, Pat, and the rest of the committee. It's an honor to myself and my family, and of course, South Point Catholic High School. I really feel fortunate to be included in such an accomplished class of men and women. Many I know. Lacey's given swimming lessons to my daughter. So it's just a tremendous feeling of community within our Southern Arizona community, and for that I'm very proud to be a part of this group. I would not be here without the contribution and support of so many. For me, to be honest, for me to be here today, I believe the greatest factor is my family, my parents and their spouses. They've been in my life since I was at South Point, a sophomore at South Point, and to this day I see my parents almost every day. My dad roams the sidelines. He had the game plan for Ironwood Ridge, but I clearly didn't listen. So my brother, who coaches with me and I work with, is a young guy that I admire and love dearly, and I'm really blessed to spend every day of my life with my little brother. My wife's parents, Ross and Helen, you couldn't ask for better in-laws, and their support of what we try to do, what I try to do, has been fantastic and second to none. My wife and my 3 children, my wife Misty and our 2 children, Chase and Mia. It is what Coach Romero said. You spend so much time away from your family, and Friday we got beat up pretty good Friday, and but when you go to your house, and our house is a really lovely home because of what my wife has made it, and you forget about really everything else when you get a hug from your daughter and your son, and so you quickly forget about the tribulations or the trials you have on Friday night, and so it's very, very comforting to have a beautiful, loving family. And of course, my oldest son Rocco, he really was one. It was a lesson to learn. I was a young coach, and he played for me, and it was very, very tough to coach my own son. And thank God he was very, very talented. But I learned tremendous lessons from coaching my own son, and what that was about. He lives in Reno, and he knows I love him, miss him every day. I think about him. My South Point family, the administration, my athletic director, Mr. Grunsfelder, our president, Kay Sullivan, and our principal, Sister Helen. It takes a great deal to run a football program these days, and to be competitive and to compete with the state's elite. They allow me the flexibility to run our program, and for that I'm very, very grateful. It's a tremendous honor. I've been called doctor for many, many years, but I'll tell you, to be called coach is every bit as meaningful. And so to Kay and Sister Helen and to Phil, thank you. There are some handful of coaches that had such a great influence in my life, and I just want to mention their names. Bob Trower and Steve Lasky and Bill Jewell, they were my youth coaches. I had many, but those were the 3 that to this day I'm grateful for them. Ed Doherty, I played for the legendary Ed Doherty at South Point. John Avianantos and David Haight were my community college coaches at Scottsdale Community College. And then of course Pat Welkert, and then Coach Flannery. Coach Flannery's still the patriarch at South Point, and his influence, probably doesn't know it, but is tremendous. I want to thank Ron Gould, who's my college roommate, a long time running back coach at University of California. He's a head coach at UC Davis. And my father. You know, we live in a world where many of my players have personal trainers and out-of-season coaches. When I grew up, my father did all that. He taught me how to swing a bat, taught me how to tackle. He was my strength and conditioning coach. And I got to say, I think it paid off. He's I don't know how he knew all those things, but really fabulous. I have a great respect for the coaching profession. Coaching is much harder than playing, I've come to find out. I've always tried to do things correctly and instill in my players that we will win with humility and we will lose with dignity. I think these are the lessons I try to impart on my players every day. And it goes without saying, I wouldn't be up here today without the blessings of so many players I've had the opportunity to coach. It's not easy being a student athlete at South Point. The demands of the classroom and the expectation to win is unrelenting. Teaching these kids that involvement does not mean commitment is a daily lesson. But in all of that, I believe it helps me accomplish my most important goal. At the end of the day, I want our players to ultimately become better members of their community. I try to remind myself I'm in the kid business, and helping our kids become young men is my ultimate goal. If I accomplish that, then I am worthy of standing here before you. So thank you very, very much. It's a true honor.